Hey friends, Lucy here with Anvil and Light, and we recently got the IR module for the xTool P3. It wasn't my idea. I don't really do metalwork, and I honestly didn't feel like I needed it, but my fiance was curious about what it could do and whether it would allow him to engrave on metal plates for work. And since I love learning new things, of course, I had to test it out for myself. I went into this without any expectations. I wasn't trying to dial in settings or put in a ton of time getting things just right. I didn't think this type of laser would do much on acrylic at all, especially lighter acrylic. So I grabbed everything dark I had on hand: charcoal gray, midnight blue, black acrylic. The midnight blue and black acrylic are matte on one side, glossy on the other, which I engraved on both sides to see if there was any difference. A slate toaster, and although not necessarily dark, a brass challenge coin that Amazon dropped off right before I started recording this video. Lacey, who we affectionately named our laser, got an upgrade. Here she is. The 5-watt IR laser module is a lower power infrared laser that enables engraving on materials the CO2 laser can't normally do, specifically metals and some plastics. I started out with the charcoal gray acrylic, which is matte on both sides. This was the moment I had to stop and actually take a closer look. The engraving comes out light with a soft, clean, professional look. You can clearly see the contrast. Here's when I realized I forgot to actually show you the settings I used. All the acrylic engravings in this test use the same settings. I selected the IR module as my laser, used xTool's predetermined settings for black acrylic, and hit start. That's it. Practically zero effort. Matter of fact, it took me longer to install the IR module than it took to get these results. More on the install another day. Next is midnight blue acrylic. I switched up the file, but the same settings. You get this crisp white engraving that's bold and pops against the dark background. And finally, black acrylic. This one is the showstopper. The contrast here is bold, extremely clean, and visually striking. What's happening here is actually pretty interesting. The IR laser heats the surface of the acrylic just enough to cause microscopic fractures. Those tiny fractures scatter light instead of absorbing it, which is why the engraving appears white. It's not paint, it's not residue, it's not burning. It's a surface reaction, and once you understand that, a lot of creative possibilities open up. This was the point where it clicked for me. Even though I don't work with metal, this effect unlocks so many opportunities for sign making, wedding and event decor, layered art, mixed media work, all with zero complexity, or as I have come to think of it as, zero effort, maximum return. Because there's definitely a potential for profitable application here. comes everyone's favorite. Drum roll, please. Slate. There are plenty of videos out there showing slate engraving with a CO2 laser, but I wanted to see how it would engrave using an IR module, so away I went. I selected the software preset for Slate Rock, didn't change a thing, and ran the engrave. The result is clean and legible. Again, very little effort. Most of the work here is just choosing the design, not managing settings. The challenge coin was a bit of a wild card. I used the commemorative coin preset and went in with no real expectations. The engraving itself looked good, not a deep engrave, mainly surface level, but definitely crisp and almost gives, I don't know, maybe an embossed effect? Not sure. I don't do embossing work, but that's what jumped to mind. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the comments below. But then I went and wiped it with a blue shop towel, and the color transferred into the engraved areas and turned it green. Oops, lesson learned. I'll check that up to user error. This was caused by a surface interaction issue. The engraving leaves the surface temporarily vulnerable. It turns out certain materials, especially metals, are extremely sensitive right after engraving, and something as simple as what you wipe it with, like a blue shop towel, can permanently affect the final result. I could have tried cleaning it to see if I could somehow get rid of the smear, but decided to leave that up to you guys. I've already filed the coin away in my ever-growing archive of material tests. So let me know if you figure it out. I'd be interested in knowing the answer. I went ahead and gave the acrylic pieces a good cleaning with Novus One, so you can really see these beautiful engraves. No, I'm not sponsored, but I love this stuff because it cleans acrylic really well without damaging the material in the engrave. Hey Novus, if you're watching this, feel free to hit your girl up. For those of you who stuck around to the very end, I appreciate you, sincerely. So here's a clip of my dog to brighten your day. Also, make sure you hit subscribe, even if you're just here for Stella.
What are you doing? You're not being weird. Let's go.